Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. It's one of my favorite ones. It's our social media updates roundup webinar, and I have our social media manager, Jessica, with me today. So we're very excited to go through everything and to get your thoughts on what's going on. That's the best part of this webinar. I love hearing everyone's opinions. And if you like something, if we don't like something, it's the best. So cannot wait. And as usual, as some of you already know in the chat, let me know where you're joining from. And let me know what the weather's like, because I woke up today and it was snowing here, which made me really upset because it's supposed to start to get nicer now. So it's like we're going backwards. I'm just outside of Toronto, so I'm sure everyone else in the chat around Toronto has seen the snow.
It's finally sunny here. It was so rainy for like 4 days straight here. So I'm very excited to get some sun. I'm going to go outside for a walk after.
Yes, soak in the sun. High 70s in Los Angeles. Nice. Oh, Jen says, anyone watch the Canva Create keynote? I didn't, but I actually was in Canva like 2 seconds ago and saw at the top how they have that banner where you click in to go watch. But I did not watch. So let us know what it was like. Let's see here. Okay, there's some more people who are getting snow as well. Hopefully the sun comes out for us very, very soon. Oh, so it's mind-blowing. Okay, anyone who watched the Canva keynote, please give us like a quick rundown of what was going on, because now I have FOMO because you said it was mind-blowing. So you got to tell us. Awesome. Okay, so keep sharing in the chat and we will get right into it. So just in case you came across this webinar maybe on LinkedIn or maybe someone sent it to you and you're thinking, I have no idea what HeyOrca is. So we are HeyOrca. We're a social media scheduler for teams and agencies. So we're here to assist you with all of your social media scheduling. And one of my favorite things about the platform is we have unlimited users, which is the best because this means your whole team can be in the platform. You don't have to pick and choose or pay for more users. So that's one of my favorite parts. And if you want to follow us on social, it's at HeyOrca on all the different social platforms. And I have to shout out Jessica because she makes the best content on social. She is like a master at making videos and editing them. So definitely go check out all of her amazing work.
It's a team effort.
But you are the mastermind. All right, and we'll do a quick round of intros. So my name is Alyssa, and I'm a community strategist here at HeyOrca. So I work on our webinars, our newsletters, Facebook group, all that kind of stuff. And I'll pass it over to Jessica.
Hey, I'm Jessica. I'm the social media manager here at HeyOrca. And yeah, I'm responsible for everything you see on socials, but I have a lot of help from the team and the pod. So you'll get to see basically a lot of people's faces on our socials, and yeah, team effort.
Love it. I love when Jessica gets people from our team that like the developers and people on other teams making videos as well. It's amazing. I love to see all the different faces. And we do have giveaways. So there are 2 different ways to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So the first way, very, very easy. We have a poll on LinkedIn, and all you have to do is go over to that poll, vote on it, and you're automatically entered. It is extremely easy. So today's poll question is, do you use Instagram's notes feature? So this is the question today because we're going to be going over an update around this later. But I'd love to know, do you use it? Do you like it? We want to know. So yeah, go vote on that. And then the second way to win is you actually have until Tuesday for the second one. So just share on LinkedIn what you learned in this webinar and tag us. So maybe there's an update that you're really excited about, you could post about that, or maybe there's one you really don't agree with, let us know. So tell us what you learned in this webinar, tag us on LinkedIn, and you'll be automatically entered to win a gift card. And then, oh, Ashley, I won last time. Yay, congrats, Ashley. Love it. All right, and before we get into it, I do have to talk about the HeyOrca Community Summit. It is linked at the very top of the chat in that little blue box if you want to learn more about it. But we are doing our very first in-person event on May 8th in Toronto, and we're very excited. So it's a day full of different speakers who will be chatting about different things about community and social media, and we're very excited. And of course, we're going to be there, and we'd love to meet you all and have so much fun. So if you want to learn more about the event, you can click that link at the very top of the chat box there. And we actually have a second event that is going to be happening. So while planning this, we were having so much fun. We just thought we need to do another one. So the day before, so on May 7th in Toronto, we're going to be doing a smaller, more intimate event for agencies. So if you're an agency in the area, the event is only 2 hours long. It's from 2 to 4. We have a panel of agency leaders, and we're going to be talking about the future of social media. So if you are a part of an agency and you're interested in coming, Jesse just put the link to the event in the chat, and you can request an invite. So this is a closed event, invite only. It's going to be very intimate, and we're going to learn so much. So if you are an agency, definitely check that out. All right, so we will get right into it today. So we have some fun video trends that Jessica's going to go over for us. And then, of course, we're going to dive into all of the social media updates. So I will pass it over to Jessica, who is going to tell us what's trending right now.
Okay, perfect. This is literally my favorite part because, I'm on socials all the time. Okay, so I only had 4, but obviously there's so many more. So we do have a whole blog post that's updated weekly, or you can join the newsletter and you'll get trends every week. So okay, let's get into the first one.
All right, here is the first.
That's why I'm easy. Like Sunday morning.
Okay, so this one, I chose some newer ones this time. This one is quite recent, so if you want to hop on it, definitely do that immediately before it runs away from us. But basically, you would write something along the lines like somebody said something bad to you. It doesn't have to be why are you yelling. It be why are you posting on social so much? And then you would say something like, God forbid, I just want to community build or something. God forbid, a woman loves community building. So something that someone says bad about you, and then say something else. Say something to respond to them. There's so many examples online, so definitely take a look at that, and you might go viral. Okay, next one.
Awesome. I love that one. I love how easy it is to film too.
It's the best.
All right, here is another.
Okay, so this one is so fun. I see a lot of companies do it and just partners. They change the song and the style every I think few seconds. And then you don't look at your partner and you see if you dance the same. So if you're a social media manager for a company that is okay with being on socials, this would be so fun to do with your team. I wish we could do it at HeyOrca, but it would be a little funny. I might get the Montreal pod to go do that, but you'll see. Maybe keep an eye on our socials.
Love it. Jesse, get ready. You're going to have to dance. Here is the next one.
It shows that we are united. From my hometown, made in
Okay, so this one, it was all over socials for a couple weeks. I think it started around the beginning of March-ish, maybe middle of, and it's still going so strong. I think this might be like the last week you can probably go on it, get on the trend. So again, if you want to hop onto this trend, do it as soon as possible, because it's still pretty strong. Even on TikTok, it says it's still like top 10 trends. So basically, you can make it sincere like this, or you can make it a joke, like probably needed a hug, and it went on a $5,000 shopping spree or something. Or you can make it, very sincere and said probably needed a hug, and then went to go see my mom or something. And it totally applies to, like, if you're working as a social media manager for, let's just say, like a coffee company, you can say probably needed a hug, went to get a coffee, and then that'll be like completely perfect. Or like went to go see my dentist or something, went to get new teeth. I don't know. So yeah, there's so many ways to incorporate this. But yeah, definitely if you want to hop on it, this is probably the last week to do it.
Awesome. Yeah, I love this one. And I love how, you can make it like silly, or you can go like the nice heartfelt route. I do want to pull out a comment from Michael for the dancing one. He said, do it at the HeyOrca event, like a flash mob.
Oh, true.
We could coordinate a flash mob. That could be fun. All right. And here is the last one.
All right, so I'm not sure if you guys also got this on your page, but this was all over my For You page. All my friends were doing it. Other companies were doing it. All the agencies were doing it. And I was like, what's going on here? But it's a super duper easy trend. You just have to, you can have your face in it. You don't even need to have your face in it. And all you have to do is ask if they need any, just ask something that's super unhinged, and then people will kind of be prompted to write their stories in the comments. And some people have so many comments. I got a comment though, brands can't use this audio. You can use anything that's anything that's classical music. I feel like this one is technically, what are they called? Because the composer is like so old, it's technically not copyrighted. So there's some loopholes you can get around it, but I can definitely research into that. Like anything like Chopin, anything in like the before a certain date in the 1900s is actually not copyrighted. Yeah, public domain, I think. But yeah, definitely do your research before you go ahead. I don't want anyone getting sued. But that's what I learned. Yeah.
And there's a question here. Is there anything you use specifically to try to keep up with these trends? Like, do you just scroll and see what you find, or is there certain accounts you look at?
Oh, is that a question for me?
Yes.
Yes. So I basically I'm on socials all the time. Like that's the only way you can kind of find trends, is if you're like chronically scrolling. And if something is constantly coming up, then I was like, okay, is this a trend that's upcoming? Something like they probably needed a hug. When I first saw it, it was still very, very small. And then in a week, it was already like 500K type of. So I just scroll a lot.
True.
But yes, so definitely, with the recording, this specific sound, definitely we can use it. But depending on how I do it with the trending audios is if they allow it on my CapCut account, which is linked to the brand account, then it's safe to use. If not, then it is not safe to use.
That's a good tip. If you're using CapCut, if you have access to that music, that's probably a good sign. If you have a brand account, but yeah, that's a good tip.
But I think for this specific, I need your most unhinged beauty hacks, or I need your most unhinged, somebody with music was your most unhinged audition experience. It doesn't have to be with this music too. Anything.
Yeah. And I love this trend because you're just asking for so much engagement on your post,
Yeah.
especially if you're like wanting hacks for something. It's a great way to try to get lots of comments on your post, which is great.
Mhm.
Awesome. And I think that was our last trend. But if you see any other trends around that you want us to check out, definitely send them in the chat. We love to see them all. All right. So let me get the slides back up here. All right. We're going to dive into all of the updates now. And I will say last month was a quieter month. And we love that. But when Jessica and I were going over this earlier, we thought to ourselves, okay, if it's quiet right now, that means something is coming. So we're going to prepare ourselves. But we love when there's not a ton of updates. So I will pass it to Jessica, who's going to do our Instagram updates.
Okay, let's get into it. Luckily, again, it's very minimal. Okay, so you guys might have saw our questions was, did you use notes? Because Instagram is planning to remove notes from feed posts and reels. Back in July, Instagram released the ability to add a note to a feed post or reel, but it looks like the app is now removing the update. So I was curious, does anybody even use the notes feature?
I feel like I never really saw notes on posts. Or maybe I just never actually got that feature because I'm last to get things on Instagram, but I never really saw it that often. And I don't really see notes being used too often, like in DMs where it shows like if someone left a status or something. I don't really see that being used as often.
Yeah, same. I didn't even have this one, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah. I also see someone says, anyone else still have the square grid? I still have the square grid on my Instagram. I don't know why, but I am always last to get updates. So I'm sure it's going to switch any day now, but I do still have the square grid.
I think notes are so annoying. So funny. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. Instagram teases features in its new Edits app. So I personally am so excited for this. These features include project management tools and isolating specific people or products in a video. I really hope they just release it because I need to try different editing apps. So because I'm obsessed with CapCut, but I just need more options in case CapCut, disappears forever.
Yes. And I feel like Instagram is hyping up edits so much. Like, just release it. It's like they're hyping it so much. It's crazy. I'm surprised it's not out yet. Maybe it is to like a small group of people, but it's crazy how much they're talking about it, but they're not actually releasing it yet.
Yeah. But I'm so excited. But maybe that's their marketing tactic, amping it up.
Very true. And see, now we're all excited to use it. So I guess it's working.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Mm-hmm.
All right. So there are a few X updates here. So X has added video responses to the platform. So now you can respond to a video, image, or a text post with a video, which is very interesting. I feel like I don't go on X too often anymore, so I haven't seen this in action, but I did see this screenshot from the original announcement of this feature. So, I mean, it looks cool. I'm just wondering if video responses, I just feel like that doesn't flow with X. I don't know. Like I still can't get on board with watching videos there. I think it's because I just love watching it on TikTok or Instagram, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I do see a question here. Why would CapCut disappear? So since CapCut is owned by TikTok, if TikTok disappears, CapCut will sadly go with it.
Yeah, last time I was in the States, and I didn't know CapCut was connected with TikTok, so I woke up and it just didn't work. So I had to find an alternative. Yeah.
It is crazy. It is very crazy. I do see a question here. Any thought as to when the highlights are going to be merged into the grid? That's a good question because Instagram was talking about this a while ago, but I haven't actually seen the switch happen yet. Let me know if any of you have that on your account. I haven't seen it anywhere yet, so it's kind of an unknown mystery when this will actually switch over. So yeah, it'd be great if they could tell us when, because then at least you can prepare for it. All right, and of course, the big theme this year is community and building your community. So of course, X is leaning more into communities. So users can now view and sort their community feed by trends, new popular posts, and more. So you can really customize that feed to make sure you're seeing, exactly what you want to see. And then yes, TikTok will, if TikTok stays in Canada and is here, let's hope, for so long, then yes, CapCut will be available still in Canada. All right, and I'll pass it to Jessica for, speaking of TikTok updates.
Yay. Okay. So I guess everyone's getting rid of their Notes app, but they are retiring their Notes app. You might notice an in-app pop-up saying that the app will be retired on May 8th, but the platform does mention that you can download all your data if you'd like to. So I'm curious, does anybody use the TikTok Notes app?
When it first came out, I did check it out, and I think I posted on it once, and I just didn't feel like going back to scroll. I don't know how to say it. It didn't capture my attention. I tried a few times.
Yeah, does it automatically puts, if you do carousels, it will post to Notes, right?
Yes. So yeah, if you posted pictures on TikTok, it would cross post to both, or you could just post just on Notes, but you'd have to post it through Notes to have it not be on both. But I just found scrolling through, since a lot of people I follow weren't really using it, it wasn't that fun to scroll through.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
a lot of people didn't even know it was a feature. But yeah, honestly, that's probably why it's retiring.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense. And I know this wasn't in March, but I think it's probably fun to talk about. But TikTok does get another 75 days in the States. So for any Americans out there, probably very, very happy about this. Or maybe you're not. Let us know your thoughts on this. But it was originally supposed to be had a deadline on April 5th. But the ban deadline has gone. Trump was nope, there's going to be another 75 days. So it's going to be available until June 18th. And then I guess it's just going to go on forever. I don't know.
Or is it just going to keep extending? I have no idea.
So how many times has it kept extending?
I think it's extended twice so far. Let me know. Let me know in the chat.
No.
And let us know your thoughts. Do you think someone's actually going to come in and purchase it? Will it actually end up going away? What is going to happen here? Jessie says she's going to buy it. That would be awesome if you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the second time it's been extended.
I see. First was in January, second was last week. Very exciting. Yeah, I hope Orca Talk. Yeah, anyways, I hope it does end up staying and they figure something out. So yeah, this was very exciting news.
Yes.
All right, YouTube updates.
All right, so there were a few YouTube updates here. So I'm sure we all know that when you're done watching a YouTube video, sometimes there's that ending screen that has a couple different videos on it that you could click and go watch, or might have a button CTA to take you somewhere else. So that actually is now going to be hidden if you want it to be hidden. So if you don't want to see that ending screen that's kind of prompting you to go to their channel or watch their other videos, it can be hidden now. So if you're an avid YouTube watcher and you don't like those screens, you'll be very happy about this update. And then last month, YouTube introduced Premium Lite. So they are piloting Premium Lite right now to users in the US. So this subscription will be $7.99 a month, and it will give users a way to watch content ad-free. So it's a bit cheaper than the normal premium, but you're pretty much just getting ads ad-free. You're not getting any of the other extras that come with premium, but if you really don't like ads, this could be a good option for you. And then we do have a few LinkedIn updates. So you can now do events through LinkedIn with Zoom. So if you want to run a LinkedIn event, but you don't want to host it like directly in LinkedIn, like an audio event or something, you can link your Zoom account to it and host your event that way. So if you wanted to do like a webinar or something, you can now do that if you connect your LinkedIn and Zoom account together, which is pretty cool. And then LinkedIn Games must be doing really well because they have launched another game. This one is called Zip. So as you can see, there's a little photo of it here. Let me know in the chat, do you play the games on LinkedIn? If so, which ones are your favorite? Which ones should I try? Because I feel like they must be doing well because they keep adding more games. So I feel like I should at least give one a try and see how it goes. But if you want to play this game Zip, it's now available for you. Oh, I love the LinkedIn games. Okay.
I definitely do have to try it too because
Yeah.
are they like those iPhone games?
I think so. It kind of reminds me of like the New York Times games, in a way. But to be honest, I'm not exactly sure. But I think they're doing quite well if they keep adding them.
Oh, they get notifications that you're playing.
Oh, so you can't do it secretly. Everyone will know. Okay, well, you know what? We'll give it a try, and then next month we'll report back on what we thought of them. And LinkedIn has added a Calendly integration in profiles. So if you want to add this integration to your profile, people will be able to book an appointment directly with you from LinkedIn. So if you are, like an agency or a service of some sort, and you want to give people access to be able to book directly with you, this is a good way to get them to do that without having to go to your website and book through there. So that's a pretty cool update. And then LinkedIn is testing a My Network tab. So this would give users more control over their feed. So with this My Network tab, it would only show you content from your connections and people you follow. So it wouldn't show like recommended posts or anything like that. So it kind of reminds me of like the TikTok like following feed, or on Instagram when they had the feed for people that you follow. So kind of cool. I will say sometimes on LinkedIn, when I'm scrolling through, I do feel like it's a lot of like recommended posts or sponsored posts. So I'm curious to know if this will include like ads and sponsored posts still. So we'll have to test it out. And then I think this is one of the last updates. So this is from Threads, but you can now add interests to your Threads profile. So if you want to show your followers, what you're interested in, maybe give them a little taste of what you post about, you can add those interests now on your profile. And let me know in the chat, are you active on Threads? I want to know. All right, and we just have two other industry headlines here. So if you're a Reddit user, you can now block ads you don't want to see. So Reddit is wanting to give users more control over what they're seeing on the platform. So if there's certain ads that you just don't like, you don't want to see, maybe there's certain brands you don't want to see ads from, you can hide ads from certain brands or like different themes and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then last month, Twitter's co-founder kind of teased that they're launching a new social media app that will promote face-to-face connections. So we'll see. I feel like we hear all the time that there's another social media app coming and it's going to be huge. And then it's very hard for a social platform to like break through and really gain popularity. So it seems like this one's in the very beginning stages. So we'll see what comes out of it. But I think the face-to-face connection part could be interesting because I think people are wanting more like in-person community vibes sometimes. So maybe this will actually do well. So we will see. Very beginning stages of it. They just kind of like teased it a little, didn't say a name or really any other information about it, but we'll keep our eyes on it and see what it's like. I'm just checking the chat here. I have Threads, but I don't use it. I feel like that's like a lot of people. Like you have a Threads account, but you're not really active on it. Does anyone like is their brand post on Threads, and how does that go? Because I'd love to know if you're seeing a lot of engagement or not really. Okay, I have a salon client that's active on Threads, but not seeing a lot of engagement. True, very true. Yeah, I feel like Threads, it's like goes up and down. Like sometimes I feel like it can gain popularity and then it kind of goes quiet for a little bit. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Threads does. Oh, we do have some Threads fans. Okay, love that. Awesome. All right, well, that is all of the updates for March. So March was definitely quiet. I feel like actually this whole year so far has been a little quiet, which let's hope that doesn't mean it's going to be like craziness over the summer. Let's hope it just stays kind of quiet, but I can handle this amount of updates. No more than this.
This is perfect.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to come to our webinar next week, we're actually going to have one of our HeyOrca customers. She's also a stan of ours, Danielle. She's going to be joining us and talking about how you can create content for your community and show up for community without burning out. So she's going to give you some of her best tips and tricks around all of that and how you can still stay, sane and not burn out, but still show up for your community. So if you want to learn about all of that, stay tuned because that will be next Thursday.
Yes.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And hopefully we see you next week. Bye, everyone.